In the previous video, we talked about how risk management helps us gain clarity in execution, repeat the right behaviors over and over again, and create consistency. Many traders may think, if I risk small, how can I recover my losses? If I risk small, how can I make a lot of money quickly? My friend, the purpose of small risk is to create consistency. And when you have consistency, you can create an explosion in your trading performance. As Mark Douglas once said, when you achieve consistency at that point, you can make all the money you dreamed of making when you first entered the trading profession. So what is the true power of consistency? It is that consistency creates compound growth. Albert Einstein once said, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. It is not only a miracle of money, it is a natural law of life. For example, we can see the power of a nuclear bomb. Nuclear fission reactions happen through a continuous chain reaction following an exponential function, releasing destructive amounts of energy. In nature, viruses spread exponentially. At the beginning, there is only one infected person. On day 2, there are 2 people. On day 3, there are 4 people. But by day 20, the number of infected people can exceed 500,000. In economics, through compound interest, imagine a person with an average income of $60,000 per year. They invest 10% of their income with an average return of 10% per year and continue this process for 50 years. The total amount of money invested would be around $300,000. But the accumulated wealth could grow to more than $3 million. More than 90% of the final amount comes from the growth generated by returns, not from the original capital. Warren Buffett is the most famous example of compound growth. At the age of 11, he started investing. At the age of 30, his net worth was around $1 million. At the age of 40, around $25 million. At the age of 50, around $84 million. At the age of 60, around $3.8 billion. Today, his wealth has exceeded $100 billion. In nature, living organisms work the same way. In 1859, a landowner named Thomas Austin released 24 European rabbits into Australia for hunting. What happened afterward was beyond imagination. Because Australia had abundant grass, no natural predators, and a suitable climate, the rabbits reproduced extremely quickly. Each female rabbit could produce around 30 to 40 offspring per year, causing the original 24 rabbits to rapidly become 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 1 million, then 10 million, and eventually explode to around 600 million rabbits. The entire grassland was destroyed. Many native species became extinct or declined severely. In personal development, if you improve yourself by 1% every day, after 1 year, your progress will be 1.01 to the power of 365 equals 38 times. The person you become next year will be a completely different and superior version compared to yourself today. A professional athlete does not become a champion after a single training session. They accumulate thousands of small training sessions over many years. Every day, they become slightly stronger, slightly faster, slightly better technically. Eventually, the gap between them and ordinary people becomes enormous. A musician or an artist also does not become excellent overnight. Tens of thousands of hours of practice are accumulated day after day, week after week, year after year. Tiny improvements eventually create world-class ability. Even the economy of a country operates according to the same principle. An economy growing only 3%, 5%, or 7% per year may not sound impressive. But when that growth is maintained for many decades, the size of the economy can completely transform. Science is also a perfect example of the power of compound growth. More than 2,000 years ago, mathematicians like Euclid laid the first foundations of geometry. Many centuries later, Newton developed calculus. Then came Fourier with Fourier series, Maxwell with electromagnetism, Einstein with relativity theory, Shannon with information theory. The result of this thousands-year-long process of compound growth is the world we have today. Small smartphones that are more powerful than supercomputers from half a century ago. The internet connecting billions of people around the world. Satellites orbiting Earth. Spacecraft landing on other planets. Artificial intelligence capable of solving problems that previously required humans months to complete. Coming back to trading, we all enter this field with the purpose of making money. But to truly make money, we have to temporarily forget about profits and losses when sitting in front of the screen. Instead, we must focus on repeatedly executing the behaviors according to the trading rules we have created. At that moment, profits and losses will take care of themselves. Consistency within us will begin to form and become stronger. Over time, that consistency will create explosive growth and results beyond imagination. That explosive breakthrough is not just linear growth. It is growth as powerful as an exponential function. To visualize this, compare the function y equals x squared with the exponential function y equals 1.1 to the power of x. In the early stages, x squared produces much better results, while 1.1 to the power of x appears almost unchanged. But after more than 100 steps, the exponential function quickly surpasses x squared and begins rising almost vertically, with nothing comparable to it. That is the power of compound growth and exponential expansion. If you have watched until this point, I hope you will make the right shift in your trading journey. Do not chase daily profits and losses. Instead, pursue the construction of consistent and disciplined behaviors. Whether your account is currently profitable or losing money, focus on building consistency starting today. Sometimes you may think, my account is declining. I want to trade to recover back to break even, then I will start being consistent. No, my friend. Consistency must be built right now at this exact moment. Because the moment you tell yourself, just this one last time, I will break my rules to get back to break even, then I will become serious afterward. You are only reinforcing incorrect and undisciplined behaviors again and again. Remember, if there is compound growth, there is also compound destruction. When you break your rules but still make money, you are unconsciously strengthening those wrong behaviors even more, eventually leading yourself toward catastrophic losses in the future. A person who is determined to improve by 1% every day will upgrade themselves 38 times after 1 year through compound growth. But if a person declines by -1% every day, after 1 year, 0.99 raised to the power of 365 equals 2%, meaning they have fallen behind by approximately 50 times. What is the difference between someone improving 1% every day and someone declining 1% every day? Not much. It is only 101% versus 99%. Every single day they look almost identical. But after years pass, they may become separated by a distance of nearly 1,900 times. One person grits their teeth and executes the correct rules every day. Another person tells themselves, just this one more violation, then I will become disciplined. The distance between them in the future may become thousands of miles apart. And that is entirely your choice. My friend, if you have listened until this point, you will become one of those two versions of yourself. It depends on what you decide to commit to right now, today. We cannot change the destination overnight, but we can change the sails. Jim Rohn. In the next video, we will discuss the problems that prevent us from executing consistency. Stay tuned.